You're listening to Dramas Over Flowers.
With Saya, Anisa, and Porama.
And this is still the year-end yak.
Hi, I'm Saya.
I'm Anisa.
And I'm Porama.
Welcome to the 5th Annual Goguma Awards, not the Hunger Games. Why does it feel like I'm about to say that? Because I'm hungry, and I did the first intro wrong, and now we're doing it a second time. Because we are here to give out the Goguma Awards in honor of our mascot and longtime shaggy friend, Goguma, which is the name of the Dramas Over Flowers yak, who has been with us this many a year, and I hope he'll forgive me for forgetting that he existed for a brief 5 minutes.
How dare you?
Sack me now.
We should still explain that Goguma means sweet potato.
Yeah,
Right,
in Korean.
Goguma means sweet potato in Korean.
Yeah.
So our yak is called sweet potato. And so we are giving out sweet potato yaks
Yes.
to the best and worst in dramas.
Hey, if the Oscars can give out a random gold man, why can't we give out yaks named Sweet
That's
Potato?
so
The random
true.
naked gold man. This is not as funny as
Yes.
it feels right now.
At least ours has nutritional value.
Well, to be fair, Goguma is also naked, but like he's an animal, so it's fine.
Hey,
He
he's
has
got
a very
fine coat.
fine coat.
He has
Exactly.
he has a lovely furry coat. Okay.
He dresses better than I do.
So
Which isn't hard. So, we asked you, wonderful listeners, to vote in our end of year awards. And we asked you to tell us about your favorite dramas, your worst dramas, and various other things, which you will find out as you listen. We also asked you to make up your own awards and tell us who we should give these hallowed yak-shaped potatoes to. And so we're excited to go through that and take you with us. So thank you, everybody, for voting. Let's go.
yay. So we have 2 categories of awards. One is the best and worst in dramas, which are sort of your slightly more traditional ones. And then we have the Wild Gogumas, which are like a bit more silly, a bit more out there, a bit more fun. So we'll start with the best and worst in dramas, and we'll kind of work our way up to the top best dramas that you voted for. So Saya, take it away for the first one.
So the first Goguma that we're giving out is for the most gorgeous aesthetics, which basically is about like the set, the costumes, the color grading, how delicious was this drama to look at. And the Goguma Award goes to... Sorry, I'm just channeling my BTS moments. Alchemy of Souls, Light and Shadow. What do you think of that, Porama?
Okay. Yes, people have their preferences.
I feel like you had a different answer in mind from the expression on your face.
I'm more in tune with like the dramas that came in second and third. One of which is My Dearest, another one is My Demon. Alchemy of Souls, Light and Shadow didn't really have the budget of part 1, and that really showed in how dimly lit and weirdly color graded it was. But I realized that the drama was a lot of people's favorite, so I will shut up now.
Yeah, this section isn't for us.
Congratulations.
I mean, we're trying to listen
Yay.
to the voice of the people here, okay?
Yes.
the voice of the people has spoken it was a pretty large margin between first and second.
Yes,
so.
it is considerably large. Like the runner-up is like has half the number of votes.
Exactly.
I think that's probably also the case that because it was a part 2, your impressions from part 1 would have carried over into your impressions
yeah,
of part 2.
absolutely.
So that would make sense.
And part 1 was really gorgeous.
It was gorgeous,
Yeah.
and pretty much one of the 2 favorite dramas of 2022 for me, part 1. But
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
So the next category is best drama for a rewatch. And the winner of this one is Love to Hate You, which is intriguing to me because I haven't watched that one yet.
I believe it. Again, I already pointed out in part 1 what my issue was with drama, but I will not argue with you if you bring up its rewatch value, because the dialogues were on point, the pacing was great, the actors, the entire cast was so good. So yes, absolutely, it probably deserves.
I feel
the
like
award.
Porama's here is the primary litigator for all of these results, which is great. great. I love it.
Sorry.
Well, to be fair, I think both of these were categories that were proposed by Borma, so I think that's fair.
Can we give a quick shout out to the runner-up, which I think is what I would have given it to, and that is Twinkling Watermelon. I'd rewatch that.
Absolutely. It is only a runner-up by the margin of like 1.1%.
Yeah, literally
so
one
I
vote.
think it
Literally
deserves
one vote apart.
Shout
Yeah.
out. And then we have Best Ensemble Cast. And honestly, completely agree with the public sentiment on this. By a huge margin, it's moving, which, yes, absolutely.
No argument.
There's no
mic drop on that one.
no argument there.
Amazing ensemble cast.
No
Such-
competition.
Yeah, such great use of every actor's strengths. So, like they gave, it never feels like any one portion of the cast hogged the limelight completely. It felt correctly distributed, and the pacing was so good, and the cutaways and the small flashbacks and stuff, everything was perfect.
And yet, like, every time you have this experience of like seeing a new actor, you're like, holy crap, this cast is insane. Like, this person is in it, this person, and you're just like blown away every time. But it doesn't like take you out.
And every actor gave much more than they were asked, and it made it so good. Just so good. And Joe and Song, I haven't seen you on screen for so many years.
Oh, I
You're so
missed
good.
him. I was so like, you see someone and you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and like the adult cast and the child cast, like the young people cast, both of them were just so perfect, and the way that they interrelated was just so, it was just so good. All of it was just so good. I haven't finished it yet though, that's why I can't talk about it.
Me
but-
too.
It's so good I couldn't finish it.
I mean, I finally did finish it, and like, is it a spoiler to say that it stays
Oh,
great?
thank God. I always want to know that.
It's
spoiler.
a much needed information point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
So the next award is for the most epic romance, and that also has no real competition, going to My Dearest.
And yes,
I'm really looking forward to like what I anticipate to be kind of a lull in January where I can just like immerse myself in the story, because I feel like it's going to take up the majority of my brain space. And part of that is like, I know from hearing people talk about it that it was such an epic relationship. So I'm like looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's also like epic saguk is something that has been missing in Dramaland for a while, like that flagship epic saguk, and I feel like My Dearest did this.
And in that time period,
yeah.
which like doesn't often get depicted. It's like an unusual time period as well.
Which time period was it?
So this is when the Qin dynasty is conquering South Korea. It's a period that the country has a lot of shame
Not South Korea.
about, like
The peninsula.
Sorry.
Yeah.
the peninsula. Right? I'm so sorry.
It
I'm
was
so
long
sorry.
before South Korea.
We're going to get
Yes.
some emails.
and we deserve
We
them.
would deserve them. I would deserve them. Please target them at me and not these two. But it's a period that they have a lot of historic shame about, so they don't talk about it. Dramas don't get made for that period. But this one, it doesn't just head on face a lot of the aspects of that part of history that there is national, like they don't like thinking about the horrible defeat and suffering that conquest caused. They do it so beautifully. Like, yes, there is the romance, but also just the way that period is depicted and the struggle of being displaced because of war. It's so good. It's really good.
We also can't move on without giving a shout out to the actual actors. So that's Nam Bong Min
God.
and Anand Jin.
Anand Jin, by the way, I am so delighted by, because she has suffered in second lead hell for long enough.
Also, like, she's the kind of actor when you would see her in other dramas, you'd be like, please make this woman the lead of her own drama,
Yes.
because she has such an outsized presence, even in a small role.
She has managed to outshine main leading pairs in any number of dramas, including, I was recently rewatching More Than Friends, and her line completely outshines what the main lead's storyline was. And I can't believe it took this long for her to get this drama, but what a drama to get headliner cast in. It's just an opposite Nam Kung Min, whom we will come to in just a moment.
Yes. So, most memorable hero, Nam Gong-min, as the hero in My Dearest, which I didn't watch, so Borma, take it away.
So we have been waiting for Nam Kung Min to just step up and take on the mantle of epic romantic hero for so long. So long.
Yes.
I'm watching I Need Romance 3, which was a drama that came out in, I think, in early 2010s, okay? 2015 probably. And he was just, we've been waiting for this guy to just, because every time he's done these leading roles, most of the time he just avoids romantic roles to begin with. And when he does leading men role, it's in these dramas that are mostly about, I don't know, prosecutors and newspaper men and like, something like, what was it called? Hot Stove League?
Yeah, he's usually a
Sports.
man on a mission, and there's usually like a romantic interest in there, but that's not like the main point of the drama.
Yeah,
really.
that's the romance is never the main point with it. But we knew he had the potential, and you
Yes.
see it here. He
Yes.
is really genuinely such an epic hero. Like his character is written so well, and also move aside Red Butler because I think he Nagumi did it better.
Yeah, I think this is another reason why I've been saving this is because like I have been waiting so long for him and I love him so much and I have so many like feelings of resentment because there was this like short run in the late 2000s, early 2010s where he had these like sometimes second lead, but even more often like third lead roles where I was like, this is the most charming person in the drama. Like, when is he going to get a lead role? And then he just started doing like really complicated, interesting roles, but like, and then he started doing villains. But I was like, but what about my romantic lead, Nam Gong-min? And then he did a couple, and I think they flopped so hard that he just like left. And now, so I'm like I'm gonna feed myself. And to use a Saya terminology, I'm gonna feed myself with My Dearest once I have recovered from the year end.
Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to the runner-up in this category. So we just gave the dramas as options. So the runner-up is moving, and my guess is that people were actually voting for Jo In-sung.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He's too good.
The next category is most iconic heroine, and the one to win there is the star of The Glory, Song Hye-kyo. Which, yes,
Yay.
Yeah, by a large margin, we should also
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
really, really large margin. That's true.
Yeah, I think I have like conflicted feelings about The Glory as a whole, but I think Song Hye-kyo really killed it. And it's also such a departure from the kind of role that she usually plays. So like kudos to her, and it really paid off for her. And The Glory, so if you haven't heard, Netflix recently released their numbers for the first time ever.
Oh, really?
And The Glory was one of their most watched shows for
Oh,
the year.
wow.
So paid off.
Yeah, it did. I really loved her performance. Like after Descendants of the Sun, this is the first performance that
Yeah.
honestly, this far supersedes Descendants of the Sun. However, I also ultimately thought that the way her character was written, there were certain choices that I had narrative issues with, so I couldn't quite like completely fall behind her as like the most iconic heroine. But I love revenge sagas, and this was one of the most satisfying revenge saga. For a while. So
Yeah.
yes, I
And her
completely,
performance elevated the writing, I think. For
yeah,
sure.
it really did. It genuinely did.
And shout out to our runner-up, An Eun-jin, who cannot go unsung, according
Yes.
to the results.
From My Dearest.
From My Dearest.
Not that I've watched either of these dramas. Okay. Our next award is for the best first half, worst second half. Ugh. And this award goes to See You in My 19th Life. Woo!
Yeah, okay, legend.
Yeah.
Earned, very well earned. Yeah, absolutely. I had such hopes in the first half. And I mean, I had an inkling that it wasn't quite going where I was hoping it would go, but then it really crashed and burned in the second half.
Sad. So sad.
I am not surprised exactly, but a little bemused by the runner-up, which is Crash Course in Romance. And yeah, people really didn't love the murder rom-com thing, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. I I mean, we can talk about this at another time, but I felt like that was perfectly well set up early on in the drama. I was surprised at the strong backlash against it.
I think it was just the fatigue. I mean, people were really enjoying the romance and they were like, this is just so unnecessary. Could we just have more of the romance?
I suppose, but also like you gotta have some conflict, you know?
But does it have to be murder? This is the
Yeah, I mean,
question.
these are grown ass people with like full on personalities. Their personalities clashing is enough conflict. I would have loved just that.
Okay. Well, look for my forthcoming article on why murder, because I have some.
I've been
theories.
waiting for so long.
I think it's not going to come out until like next spring or summer or something. Okay. The next award is for craziest premise, best execution, which overwhelmingly was won by A Good Day to Be a Dog. Which, you know, fair.
It is crazy.
It is a crazy premise. And it was very cutely executed.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, it's still like when we are recording, it's still airing because NBC lost its mind and decided to stretch a 12-episode drama over 3 months, for God's sake.
Nonsense.
But yeah, more than 3 months actually. But it's I think the first 8 episodes kind of did its thing. The premise was definitely crazy. Execution was super cute, and yeah, let's see where it all ends up.
Yeah, and I feel like huge props to Park Yoo-young as well. She is
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely. Never has a transition to human to puppy been more seamless.
Never has there been a transition from human to puppy. So, I mean, there's not much competition, but still. Okay, next.
Next is your most disliked drama. And guys, you did not have a lot of consensus. But the ones that came out ahead were King the Land, and close at its heel is the one that I most agree with, Gogdu, Season of Deity.
Was that the Kim Jong-hyun one?
Yeah, it was horrible. Like I
Oh,
can't
dear.
explain how bad Gokdu was. I made a video where I was kicking away a ball and that ball represented the drama.
Oh, yes, that was iconic. I remember that.
I guess let the award do the talking.
Yeah, but the one that did get like the popular vote of most disliked is King the Land. And again, I completely understand people not liking it. The first half especially kind of completely deserved it. There were certain storylines that did not pan out really well. Overall, I understand it, even though this drama kind of ended up on my best of list for the year. Low on the list, but it's still there.
So now we have our like big top drama awards, so we asked you guys to put your number 1 drama, your number 2 drama, and your number 3 drama. So it was kind of like a rank choice. And we looked at all of those and we came up with an order of the dramas that you liked the most from 1 to 3. So your third most liked drama this year was The Glory.
Woo! Part 2 and part 1, I
Both
suppose,
parts,
honestly,
yeah.
because part 1 aired 30th December 2022. I don't think it barely counts as a 2022 drama.
Yeah. And for the sake of our awards, we always start from December 1st of the previous year.
Yeah, correct. So you guys really loved The Glory, and it's your third favorite choice.
And the award for second place goes to Twinkling Watermelon. Yay! I agree with this. This is exactly where I'd put it in my ranking too. Just such a warm and feel-good drama, and I would watch it again.
I'm excited to pick it back up because of all I've heard from y'all. And also because like Chaehanuk just has my heart after 25-21. Love that boy.
He is so memorable, man. He completely
Yeah.
stole the show.
He's definitely the take-home boy of this drama.
Yeah. And the take-home girl of the drama was Shin Yun-soo, who played Chonga.
Yeah.
And she had a relatively small part, but she was definitely also stealing the show. I just loved her personality in the drama so much.
She's so... I want to put her in my pocket.
Basically, best teenage parents ever. Though
Yes.
that's not...
We actually... There were other contenders for that this year. Remember My Perfect Stranger?
That's true.
So,
that's true.
yeah. You win, Twinkling Watermelon. You win all the things.
You know, this was also the year. We didn't mention this in our trends section. I forgot to mention it, but like this was a year where we had like not just one time traveler in these time traveling, we had like multiple time travelers in multiple time traveling dramas, which was interesting. Okay, number 1. Should we do a drum roll?
Okay, the number 1 drama for Gogumas 2023 is Moving.
Yeah. Very well deserved. Very
Highly
well deserved.
deserved.
Very,
Yeah.
Yes.
Very,
And it was
very
also
well
like
deserved.
an overwhelming amount of votes. So there's like no competitor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has no competition. Like spiritually or literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was such a completely, it was very different in the way it was executed, as well as it was, listen, this is also a adaptation of a webtoon, but just so differently done, and the kind of drama that would have been so, it's just unexpected. And it was unexpected, the scale in which it was mounted, and full credit to Disney for doing it, even though apparently right after it started airing, Disney's Korean team kind of started collapsing. They started firing people. So that was
Oh,
bemusing,
no.
especially
Yeah.
when they had such a star on their hands. Something to note is that the writer of the webtoon, Kang Ful, was also the screenwriter of this drama. And I 100% support always bringing the
Yeah.
original writers on. Even if they aren't the main screenwriter, let's please have them in the screenwriting room, because then you get stories like these adapted properly.
But it is also a skill to be able to translate your writing from webtoon into screenwriting, because that's not actually an intuitive transition. Not everyone can do
Absolutely, which is why even if they are not the main writers, because for instance, and I can't believe I'm bringing her up here
I know
right
what
now,
you're gonna
but
say.
J.K. Rowling, for instance.
I was thinking of her
I
as
was
well. And I was
stopping
like, should I
myself.
say something? I'm just holding myself
not the
back.
best screenwriter should not have been given full reign to write her own movies and basically have them unedited and out into the public.
Yeah.
Also made into huge movies.
A good writer does not make a good screenwriter. So to be able to do both, that is a different level of skill.
Absolutely. But but the reason I do advocate for the original writers to be part of the screenwriting room, because there are always multiple writers.
Isn't be a
is-
consultant if you can't.
Not always. If you have the skill, then be the major
Yeah,
screenwriter. But
be
if you
involved.
don't have the skill,
Yeah, be involved to the point where you can actually contribute. And I think that's different for every writer.
contribute and also have some amount of control, because you can see what happened with see you in my 19th life, for instance. There are a lot of other examples that I'm not going to bring up. What often ends up happening is that the screenwriters hired to do these adaptations are either rookie writers who are basically just doing it for the paycheck and not because they love the story so much. And that's perfectly fine. This is a profession. You do it for the paycheck. That's a lot of these writers are hired by the production company as salaried writers. They are given the script, asked to adapt. There is very little, creative inspiration going into the whole thing. So it's better to have the original writer involved, if nothing else, to keep the story going in a direction that's close to, because if the original story did really well, even though the screen adaptation doesn't have to be completely faithful to it, it really doesn't. And Moving isn't completely faithful to the webtoon either. But if the story, the spirit of the story can be kept intact,
Yeah.
then usually your drama, your movie adaptation will also do really well. So that's basically, it's case by case. It's completely subjective, but completely cutting out the original writer, I have rarely found that helping the adaptation.
Yeah, you even have cases where like this original writer of the original property basically like disavows the film, or the
Oh,
TV
God, yeah.
series,
Oh
and
my
then you're
God,
like,
yes.
Hell's Moving Castle. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
Diana
of
Wynne Jones hated that.
she
Yeah.
did not like that at all.
Yeah.
And just to offset the mention of J.K. Rowling, Suzanne Collins is an example of somebody
Yes.
who... No, I mean, she was a TV writer first, right? But
True.
she knew how to write a book, and she knew how to write that book as a screenplay. And then you know.
Also, doesn't hurt that those books are very cinematic in their premise
Exactly.
and their, story anyway.
But that's because she had that history.
because she was a TV
Yeah.
writer, yeah. A
you could
screenwriter,
kind
yeah.
of see how the cameras would be focusing on the
Mhm.
characters in her writing when you read the
But-
book. So
You know, there are writers who write as if they're like watching a TV show and they do it badly.
yeah.
Like, again, the ability to translate a visual experience into a book that works, that's also a skill.
Mhm.
Writing is hard, people. Writing is hard.
Writing is hard. And we had an honorable mention. So this is a drama that was also quite beloved, but it didn't quite make it into the top 3, but we wanted to mention it. Perfect Marriage Revenge. A lot of you
Yay.
loved Perfect Marriage Revenge, as did we.
Yes. Good drama.
Okay. So next we will do what we're calling the Wild Gogumas, which are like somewhat sillier awards. So
Is this like a bouquet of gogumas that they get, like wildflowers?
sure. A bouquet of sweet potatoes. There's purple
Yes.
ones. There's maroon ones. There's orange ones. There's white ones.
And they're all ready to
Yeah.
eat.
all roasted.
yeah.
Okay.
This is basically our excuse to mention dramas that wouldn't make it into like the best of or top of any list.
Yeah, and also just to make it a little more fun than the typical sort of, straight-laced
Yeah.
award ceremony type of thing. Take it away, Saya.
I'm excited about this because this is exactly who I'd give this award to. So this is what is it? The Give This Actress Her Flowers Award. And it is the Han Hyo-ju Award for being Han Hyo-ju in moving.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh my
She-
gosh.
I'm telling you, man, this woman.
She killed
I didn't
it.
even recognize her when she came. I was like, I didn't know who that was.
It took me a second. I was
She
like, wait,
transformed
that's Han
so
Hyo-ju.
completely.
Yeah,
This woman,
it's so different from any role that she's done before, and she was amazing.
She's just so good.
she just completely has my heart. Like, I loved her so much in 2016 in W2 Worlds, and her character was done so dirty in the second half. And then she came back with happiness, and I died. I was so delighted. And then moving, and I'm just forever a fan at this point.
Yeah.
She can do no wrong in my eyes.
And picking good projects is also a skill.
Mhm.
Like, you can be a good actor and not end up doing good shows. Agent Guillaume looking at you. But you don't see her often, but when she comes out, you're like, my girl.
Absolutely. And okay, so I gotta say this. I didn't watch Shining Inheritance, like this is a 2009 drama, for years. Anisa's been telling me to watch it. And I've just been like, I don't know. This is one of those, like, I think I know the tropes. I don't know if I want to watch it. And then I started watching it, and Han Hyo-ju is in it, and trust the woman to, even back then, pick a role where, even though technically she is doing a very tropey Cinderella character, she is not tropey at all. Like, she's such a badass. I love her so much. Just, yeah.
Yeah. Mandatory plug for Shining Inheritance. Because whenever that comes up, I want to tell people to go watch it. So good.
Maybe this will be the year.
You haven't seen it, Saya? Oh, Lord.
I have been planning to see it for about 11 or 12 years.
Okay.
I just haven't got there yet.
All right. Well, maybe like in 2 years you'll finally get to it. But yeah, totally second that. Okay, so for the Give This Actor His Flowers Award, we have, by a large majority, the Jung Kyung-ho Award for being Jung Kyung-hot. I blame Saya for that one.
I read that as a joke.
Crash Course in
No,
Romance.
it would make it.
Wait, I thought this was supposed to be a family-friendly podcast. Like, no, but completely deserved. But this man, I have these screenshots of him, like in this one particular scene. He's just folded in like this ball in this corridor. He's just all legs. He's like completely. I don't know what he's like a spider. And I'm looking at him crunched up like that, and somehow he's like, I can't explain that scene. That scene just like stuck to my head. I love him. So his physicality is just so, it makes his entire personality it emphasizes everything. I love it. He emotes with his entire body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always has, but I think in this particular character, he was like at the top of his game. And honestly, like in most cases, when I watch someone in a role, I'm like at some level thinking about the meta aspect, the writing, the performance. With him, he just was Tichio. Like he just was this guy who like has this difficult history and is like able to turn on the charm within like the drop of a hat, but then also like he can't sleep and he can't eat and he's so miserable, but like he still does his job.
He's just like a little sad boy.
Yeah, he's just a sad bachata, like a just a poor, and somehow like he makes this extremely rich, successful man who has a lot of privilege. Like we don't feel annoyed that he's being portrayed as someone sad and like downtrodden, because he is. And he plays it so well that he just is that person and you're just rooting for him from the beginning. It's that Jung Young Ho charm is like, it's if you could bottle it and sell it, you would be a millionaire.
He would be a millionaire. More than
he would. I hope he already is. But yeah, also the other thing is like whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, Soo Young, good choice.
Oh, I was just thinking
it just
also
like makes me so happy to see both of them killing it in their careers at the same time, and just seeming like the coolest people. Like, so another thing, sorry, I'm kind of derailing this, but another thing that I watched this year, and something I forgot to mention in trends, is like a lot of celebrities have started YouTube variety shows this year.
Yeah.
And one of them was Jaejung from JYJ, and who's also done a lot of acting. But he had this one episode where he brought Soo Young on, and he was just like in awe of her.
Such a good episode.
Even though they're like both second gen idols, but you can tell he just puts her on this huge pedestal, and she was just like in control of the entire interaction from beginning to end. And I was like, Soo Young,
and she was having so much fun with it.
I watched that.
Yeah, she is such a girl crush. And so with both of them, I'm like, both of you have such good taste. I love you together. Anyway,
I found out about their relationship this year, and I can't believe they've been together for so long. I just found out about it, and also how cool they are about it. Oh,
I feel like you knew, Borma.
I didn't.
How did you not know?
You know, it's
talked
one of
about
those
it.
things that even when you know, you kind of forget because they're so low key.
They're very low key, which I love. Also,
and like their private life is private,
Mhm.
and there's no public messiness about it. They don't have scandals attached to them or anything like that. So every time I hear about it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, they're just quietly living their best life together. And it just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Also, I unrelated to this and probably a stupid digression, but just Lee Jong-suk and IU make me so happy.
Yeah.
Again, really low-key couple. They have just these random moments of sweetness. There was this one fan meeting that Lee Jong-suk was doing where IU's fan popped up to see it. And I just think there are just these random things that come up on my timeline sometimes, and I'm just happy. Like, yeah, please.
This is
so glad.
This is the thing when you have a healthy fandom, is that you they're happy for you whenever things happen. So the other person gains like the adoration of this entire fandom by extension.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
this is the sign of a healthy fandom. Come on, everyone, let's do it like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's make 2024 the year of healthy fandom, because 2023 did not.
Yeah.
We kind of sucked this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Moving swiftly on.
the next one is premise that left you scratching your head. and
And your butt. Sorry.
and your butt.
I wanted to say that, but I was like, is it too rude?
And predictably, the winner is Behind Your Touch.
No, you mean
Or-
touch your behind.
Yeah. The new official title is Touch Her Behind. Sorry. Not taking any edits on that.
Okay, we've talked about it in our long gag, and yes,
It's very butt
I had no
scratching.
notes.
Mhm. We have gone over this, so y'all
But
know.
I do want to give the runner-ups a shout out. Castaway Diva, See You in My 19th Life, A Good Day to Be a Dog. All of them, yes, absolutely. Even Destined With You gets like a bit of a, it's there. And it's, for me, definitely right after Behind Your Touch, it would have been Destined With You, because that drama, it threw everything in, including the kitchen sink, and then threw the entire house out, I don't know, off a cliff. I don't know what it was doing.
We actually have someone that, well, this is a spoiler for the Create Your Own Awards, but we have one that's exactly like that.
Oh,
so.
yes, we will get to it.
So the next, these are really rotten potato awards. The next rotten Goguma award goes to the villain with the evilest smirk, and the winner by a hair is the entire team behind Heartbeat.
Well deserved. That was okay. So listen, guys, it was an Ok Taekyung drama. So, and also Won Ji-an was in it. It started off so good. So good. Okay. I was so happy with it. I was like, yes, this drama is just sweet and warm. And it's doing such good stuff with the vampire lore. It's not, being the predictable Twilight kind of vampire. It's really doing like a modern take on like the Transylvanian vampire thing, and it seemed so great. And then they had like the worst, and like you know what? A proper heir to Dodo Sol Sol Lala Sol. That level of worst
Really?
ending. So yes.
Oh no!
I watched 4 episodes because Porma, you were talking about how good it was.
Yeah,
I watched 4
I watched
episodes and I was
one.
like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Tech is so I love him. He's so funny. Like he was really leaning into the comedy. And then I like went on
Yeah.
my drama list and I saw like some spoilers for the ending and I was like, nope. And then I was like, Porma, have you finished this yet? And you're like, I have 1 episode. I was like, okay. Like I heard some things about the ending. You were like, no, I'm just gonna watch it. I was like, okay.
I had no idea it derailed that spectacularly. I'm glad it's to remove it from my watch list.
This I swear this could be like one of those production stories from early 2010s where the writer just became evil in the end and just wanted to, I don't know,
Maybe
just they wanted to do cruel things.
Oh, that's so annoying.
maybe
Yeah.
the writer was secretly an anti-fan of Tech the whole time. And she was
yeah.
like, that's it.
That's the only explanation. I don't understand why this happened, why they chose this. If this was the writer's way of becoming immortal with their craft,
They succeeded.
I don't think. I mean, infamy is also, renowned.
Also fame.
Yes,
Infamy
that's
is
true.
fame.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
This drama seriously had too many directors and too many writers. So that's why I said entire team of Heartbeat. You guys are all accountable. And you won. So congratulations, people agree with you.
Okay.
We also have a very strong, very clear runner-up in this, just behind the entire team of Heartbeat, which is Lee Min-young in Perfect Marriage Revenge. Yes.
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 I think she actually needs the freshest potatoes because she brought that. Like,
oh my
oh, yeah.
gosh. What a performance. What a character.
Exactly.
Definitely for me, the villain of the year. And you could tell she was having so much fun
Yeah.
playing that character. Just like,
She was completely like glammed up. She was loving it. All
yeah,
the
the
like,
outfits. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Her outfits, her like cutting lines. Like also the dialogue was so deliciously evil and she was just like chewing it like she was having the best time. It was great.
yeah. Best evil stepmom ever. And
Ever.
just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, the next one is my second or 19th. Life was my best life. This was basically for best reincarnation drama. There were a lot this year, actually. And the winner is See You in My 19th Life.
I didn't really understand this as a winner.
Yeah, I don't honestly that we didn't do a great job with the question.
Explaining the award. Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's on
I
us,
was
yeah.
like, me putting or 19th in the title was like a joke, but maybe it influenced the results.
Mm.
Yeah, we did subliminal.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. That was on me.
Or that really was that popular alternate interpretation.
I don't think so.
It was popular. I don't know. I feel like it was popular, but also a lot of people were mad about it. So maybe it was one of those polarizing dramas this year.
Could be.
Yeah. We're not sure how to interpret your votes, guys.
Yeah. but we had a pretty strong runner-up, which was A Good Day to Be a Dog, which I think is well deserved. That's a really cute drama.
Yes, but like the second
We have to keep that barking.
Yeah, okay.
Burma's dog obviously agrees.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
go on.
No, I'm saying we just like while it's still airing, like I said. So we just got into like reincarnation flashbacks and stuff. And I'm not sure we've seen enough of like the past life to know like whether this is
Has
the best second life.
reincarnation.
Yeah, it has reincarnation. Yeah. That's
Doesn't
true.
everything?
For the first like
No,
6 or
isn't
7 episodes.
everybody?
Yeah, everyone's
There's so
reincarnated
much
apparently.
genre
But for the
soup,
first
man.
6
Or
or 7
trope soup.
episodes, you just kind of see like little flashes of like them in like Joseon era. So you have no idea what the backstory is, except that there's like something mysterious and creepy going on. Yeah, maybe we need to write this question a little bit more clearly next time. Like, who did reincarnation the best or something?
Or who got the best out of their reincarnation? I think that's what we were.
That's what we were
Hopefully
going
we will
for.
not have the same
Yeah.
trend next year.
Yeah, but we did a lot of reincarnation dramas this year, Dramaland. Let's do something different next year.
I'm curious what next year's trend is going to be.
I mean, I think zombies are picking up again, so maybe we'll
Oh,
get more
no.
of
Oh,
those.
no, I'm not into zombies.
Or people getting lost in the sea and coming back 15 years later and never
no!
addressing their traumas. I think that might make.
I am not on board for that trend. I want it to be pushed
You
overboard.
want to jump overboard?
Yeah, exactly.
I like how me and Anissa are thinking the same
We
way.
were in the sea puns, the ocean puns. Okay, it's appropriate that you're doing the next one, Porama.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one is Best Animal Cameo. And it's completely expected. Park Young's puppy alter ego in A Good Day to Be a Dog. Like this just won over 50%. Everybody was like, yes, this.
So cute.
Runner-ups are the seagull in Castaway Diva, which, excellent CGI seagull, I guess. And the charging cow in Behind Your Touch, not excellent CGI cow.
But it was so funny. That was like the one moment in that drama where I was legitimately laughing my head off. That was like the only part of the humor that worked for me in that, as much of the drama as that I watched.
Yeah.
So, the next Wild Goguma is for the most unearned redemption. And this one, again by a slim margin, goes to the mum in The Good Bad Mother, played by Ramiran. And this bad mother didn't suffer nearly enough to be good again, according to the awards. I do not know, I did not watch it, but she did that in another drama too, which is quite funny.
Which one?
In the other one,
I'm looking it up.
Cold-Blooded Intern. Cold-Blooded Intern.
Oh, I didn't watch that one. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't the drama, but it was an aspect of her character in that drama that just every time it happened, I was just be like spitting curses at the screen. So, double whammy winner.
she's an excellent actress and she was amazing.
Yeah.
It's just that her character was just not. When you have the entire point of The Good Bad Mother was that she chose the most abusive way of bringing up her son with the excuse that he has to someday grow up and be strong enough to avenge his father's death. And so son grows up and is cold and distant from her because that is part of his plan to avenge his father. Basically they justify the way she brings him up, which is just no, because I have had that happen in my family. The results were not a strong child-parent bond. The result was just devastation all around. Let's not justify this kind of parenting.
It's just emotional abuse. You don't prepare kids for a bad world with bad parenting. You prepare them for a bad world with the best parenting you can possibly give by loving them.
Exactly. Mic drop. And also, child abuse is
drop.
child abuse. There's no secret justification that you can bring out 20 years later where you're like, actually, I did it for your own good. No, that's abuser logic.
Yeah.
Okay. I do think we should mention the two runners up because it's a very almost like an even split between these three.
Yeah, it's like a third of the pie, a third of the pie, a third of the pie.
Yeah. So, second place goes to, I don't even like to say this vile person's name, but the villain of Dr. Romantic 3, who is gross in real life as well and shouldn't ever be on our screens. But I guess the only it's nothing redeeming, but the least disgusting part of it is that at least he's only playing villains.
No, but that's his strategy. He only plays villains because that is palatable to the audience.
Yeah, but also he got a redemption in this. So that's why the question is written it's a double unearned redemption because he got redeemed in quote unquote redeemed in real life by having a career again. And the character got an unearned redemption in the show.
Yeah, but even though we're not mentioning the actor's name, I do want to say the character's name, which is Cha Jin-man, because I don't want there to be any confusion about who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Basically the female lead's father. And a complete, horrible, inexcusable human who is constantly excused by all of his peers.
And
so
constantly in all of the dramas. And that's just, can you stop now?
Yeah, there is no 19 hours of interrogation with this guy and no, media just hounding him constantly. And
He was convicted.
He was convicted.
He was convicted and he came back. Anyway, we've already talked about
We
this.
have talked about it. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can go and look up the details. They're very disgusting. Just a warning. Brace yourself if you don't know the details yet.
So the final thought.
So the
Final
third place goes to our unbeloved Ranju Onni, Yoon Ranju in Castaway Diva. And why exactly are we supposed to root for this entitled celeb with a victim complex?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I believe is written by Anissa.
Yeah, I watched
tagline.
12 episodes and I still don't know.
I just wanted to credit it.
Oh, that made me so mad. I was just like, to the end, I was so angry.
I just kept hoping that she would get better because I trusted Park Hye-ryun. Park Hye-ryun, I no longer trust you. I think she's living in her startup era, right?
Yeah,
And
I don't.
the old Park Hye-ryun is no more.
Has left the building, unfortunately. Yeah. No, I think that Yoon Ranju was a really interesting character. It's just that instead of being like, this is a really realistic, entitled celebrity with no self-awareness who has been brilliantly penned, and here's what's wrong with the way she looks at the world, it was like, Stockholm syndrome. Like, yes, Ranju Onni, like, everything you say is right. I'm the one who's wrong, even though, like, you've done some horrible things to me. But yet, I'm the one that needs to apologize and, like,
and she always
subsume
blamed
my
her, and
own
it's like,
self to you. Yeah, I was like, what did you do? Yeah.
Sorry.
Not to go on a
incoherent.
rant, but instead of her being like an interesting side character to Mokha's journey, it became her story, and also like all of what she did was just completely swept under the rug, and she became a heroine somehow.
I mean, Mokha became her fairy godmother who kept on like dropping pearls of wisdom so that Ranjuni could have her journey of character development. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really frustrating.
Pearls she picked up from the seabed. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Okay. So onto a happier award. The next one is a contract marriage you'd actually sign up for. And no surprise here, the runaway winner is Perfect Marriage Revenge.
Yay!
My mom was binge watching this after I recommended it to her, and she was like, yeah, the only thing is like the husband is too good to be true. I was like, me. That's why it's a fantasy. That's why it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, who wouldn't sign up for that, just
handsome rich
like
man.
this guy who would just literally will do anything for your
Exactly.
revenge. And he's just like there for you. He cooks your food because you have some kind of trauma. He tastes it for you. I'm just like, it's just a perfect marriage.
You say
Revenge.
you need him to marry you, so for reasons you haven't quite explained yet. He's like, yes, sure. I mean,
I'm on board.
Why
Yeah,
not?
why
I'm
not?
on board.
So good.
Yeah. So the next Wild Goguma Award is Oh the Meta. And by this we mean, dramas that basically have something to do with the showbiz. The showbiz?
The showbiz.
Okay, so the winner, who almost got like 50% of the vote, is Love to Hate You, which is a drama. I'm so glad we get to like mention it properly here. It is a drama that actually, it was quite entertaining. It had some confused gender politics, but it was overall really well acted, very entertaining, and it was like an interesting insight into, I wouldn't say the entertainment business, because it had like a pretty rosy picture of the entertainment business, but more the how should I put it, like the people around entertainment business, maybe
Sort of the
a little
behind the
bit.
scenes atmosphere.
Yeah, a little bit. But mostly it was just entertaining because the leads were super entertaining.
Nice.
Who were the leads in this?
Teo Yu and Kim Ok-bin,
Oh.
right?
Yes, Kim Ok-bin.
That's someone who we haven't seen in Dramaland for a long
Yeah.
time. I miss her. Yeah.
She's fabulous.
Like,
in
I
it.
wanted to watch Love to Hate You, but what you've said about the way it treats gender politics is kind of making me like,
Yes, but like it's how shall I put it? The reason I could watch it till the very end was because it was a good faith confusion. Like that, it wasn't like done with bitterness. Like you could see the good intention there. They just missed the mark.
oh,
And
I see. Okay.
yeah, and I don't think it would make you angry, and I think you would find the relationship really entertaining.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm like totally on board with Teo Yu now after watching Past Lives this year. So maybe I will get back to that at some point.
Also,
and watch
casting
it.
Teo Yu, because his character is supposed to be a bit of a misogynist. The thing is, casting Teo Yu softens the character. Like you just can't get that man to be a woman hater. Like even when he's trying on screen, it doesn't come.
He's very
across.
soft. He
very
just has a soft like screen presence.
Yeah. Also, Kim Ok-bin, just like her punches are amazing. So
Amazing.
You mean physical
Yeah.
punches?
She should have had an action career, honestly.
yeah. Yeah, I do mean physical punches, but not that she's, yeah. But actually, you guys need to watch this drama, then we can talk about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be spoiling and this.
Yeah. No. Let's get back on track. We're very much derailing ourselves today.
One thing before we do get back on track. It's funny you say that about her being an action woman, because literally the first and last time I watched her was in Sword and Flower in 2013, where she was a bit of an action hero.
I was thinking of Sword and Flower, and I feel like if that drama hadn't flopped so hard in the ratings, her performance was so incredible that she would have had an action career, probably in film, because at that time that's where you could do that. It was sad. I was sad for her that it kind of flopped ratings wise.
It was difficult to watch. That show it was horribly directed. I mean, in my opinion, other people might disagree. I remember I rage quit the show because it was taking ponderously, gravidly long over like single shots, and I was just like, can you move on?
Yeah, it was one of those where the execution didn't live up to the premise. Yeah.
I just want to mention, because I haven't started watching this drama yet, but I absolutely plan on. So you guys know that Arthur Chronicles had its last final part airing this time with like grown-up versions of its main characters, right? And
with
the
Lee
grown-up
Jung-gi in it.
versions, yes, Lee Jung-gi and Kim Ok-bin.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of looking forward to going in and watching it. I want to now that I have watched Love to Hate You and I really love her. I haven't really noticed her in anything before. Now I'm eager to go back and watch Azrael Chronicles Part 3 and see her in it. So
Oh, sorry. You know what, guys? I totally forgot that she played the main lead in The Villainess, which like was totally an action movie that centered on her. So I take back what I said before. She is an amazing action heroine.
she was the main lead of Villain. I loved The Villainess. How did I not?
I know. I completely forgot about that. Sorry, Kim Ok-bin.
No. While I was watching Love to Hate You, I did look it up and I did know that she was the leader of The Villainess, but this is how my brain works. It completely fell out of my brain after that. And I am again like I'm rediscovering the information like half a year later.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, she was amazing in The Villainess.
I bet our
It
listeners
was-
were like yelling at us, like, "What about The Villainess? You stupid!" Sorry, y'all. Yes, she is amazing. She did great in that. Okay.
And the next award is for when time travel helped give us the best ending. And by quite a wide margin, this is won by Twinkling Watermelon.
Yay! Completely
Definitely
agree.
made them the happiest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although this the runner-up deserves a shout out as well, which was Perfect Marriage Revenge. I think both of those shows gave all their people, the best endings. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Unlike if you watch like the grandfathers of this trend, which were Reborn Rich, but before that, Again My Life, both of which had endings which were just confounding.
Reborn Rich went in this weird circular kind of infinity loop where you kind of...
It was not very satisfying.
It was slightly satisfying, but it was also
It made sense,
dissatisfying.
but it was not exactly like you could reason it. You could reason it out. I could understand the ending, but
Yeah.
where you have to like be like yes, and therefore this is the reason I understand the ending. No, that's a bad ending. You're making me think too much.
I also feel like
Yeah.
that drama had so many like mind-blowing moments earlier on in its run
Yeah.
that like this
Yeah.
just fine ending, which wasn't like horrible or anything, but it was just fine. We were just like, oh, that kind of ended with a little bit of a whimper, like
Yeah.
it was such a
Yeah.
great drama.
Because
earlier
you
on.
started that circle with
Yeah.
him getting a bullet in his head. How do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Anyway.
to walk that back was just not.
So we
not a
just
fun
time
way to do
traveled
this.
back to last year and
Right. You just had a little bit of a
Sorry.
time travel to 2022's year on the act. Now we're back in
I mean,
2023.
you gotta give these people their flowers because they really did jumpstart this trend, so to
yeah,
speak.
that's
That's
definitely true.
Yeah. All right. The next one is a revenge that you would help plot. And the runaway winner with this was Perfect Marriage Revenge.
Yay!
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
agree.
However, I do think there's a bit of recency effect here because Perfect Marriage Revenge was amazing. A well plotted revenge, it was not.
A good
that
point.
was my glory.
That's why you need to help plot it, Parma. I think this is also, I feel like this question, this award could also be interpreted two ways. One is the revenge is really well plotted, in which case, yeah, like the glory is definitely the winner there. But I think it was just like the revenge that you want the most or that you support the most. I mean, the people in the glory were also very evil. But like the villains in Perfect Marriage Revenge like really deserved to have revenge plotted against them. And I would definitely be on that team with Iju and Doguk, Who doesn't want to be on their team?
Although I do think that the dads got off easy in that show.
Oh, very easy. Oh my god, they were just completely let off
Yeah.
scot-free. Damn, man. Dads have it
Yeah.
easy, yeah. You just neglected me for the first like 30 years of my life. That's okay. You get a pass.
Yeah.
The next one is a saguk, which is historical, you wouldn't mind dropping into. And the winner is Alchemy of Souls, Light and Shadow, which I can well believe. This was like a very low stress saguk. Nothing much happened. Everybody was very pretty. They didn't even bother with like too many fights and stuff.
I feel like this is a damning with faint praise thing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound all that exciting to watch.
Listen, the people who loved it, they loved it for the romance and not for, any sagukness of it or because it was just so well written. The second part, I mean, the first part was a completely different creature.
I feel like we're dissing the voters.
Voters, your choices are valid and I will shut up now.
Parma has a lot of feelings about Alchemy of Souls.
Listen, that drama single-handedly stopped my YouTube career, okay? Like, I did a video essay on that thing, and then I was like, I'm going to do one for part 2, and then I watched part 2, and my soul left my body, and I just didn't want to make videos anymore.
Oh no.
Anyway. I reached 500 subscribers, so I might start again.
You should.
Okay.
You have restarted. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I have, but like I am like just being very yeah. Okay. The runner up to this one, which I honestly want to mention because this drama did not get any love this year, but it should have, is The Matchmakers. This is the Rowan drama that should have gotten attention instead of Destined with You. Rowan was good here. He was good. He was trying something different. He plays a widower, a scholar who was, basically ordered to get married to a princess who had a crush on him. And he didn't want to marry her because he was like, I want to be a scholar and then be like part of the governance. And I can't be that if I'm a consort prince. And he's forced to marry her anyway. And then, like, within 5 seconds, mid-vows, she dies.
Oh my
And so,
god.
he now can't take on a government job. And he doesn't have a wife.
And he can't get remarried, right?
Exactly. So
Yikes.
he's stuck.
Oh no.
And then 8 years later, our story begins. I love this drama so much. Like, just beginning to end, so good. If I hadn't finished this drama so late, and also it was still airing until I think last week, this would have made it into my top 10. It was just so good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This was kind of one of the ones I was like, I'm gonna watch this. Then I got so busy and I like totally forgot about it. But like, I'm planning to get back to this at some point because it sounds delightful.
It was, and also it's trying out a period of history which is not often used for like more, not, I wouldn't say cheerful, but like more slice of lifey fusion dramas. This is not the period that they usually use. So the dresses are different. It's colorful. It's like the rules are different, and because they have a kind of like a, what do you call those, episodal format. So it's like a case by case thing. It's really nice. They get to explore very different kinds of professions and different kinds of people. I really like it. It was
I also
really
just
nice
love a saga that is not about the royal family and is just about people living their lives.
It's a bit about royal family.
Is it? Okay, well,
that's how it starts.
But it does have a lot of people living their lives in
yes,
that period.
Yes,
just
a lot. Yeah,
that's what I like.
And their entire cast is honestly really great. Really, just if you just try it out. Just try out a few episodes. I think you guys would like it. It's very sweet and relaxing, and just
You mentioned that Rowan is the male lead, but who was the actress?
Oh, yes, absolutely worth mentioning. She was also the one of the main leads of last year's this really great zombie drama that happened. Wait, All of Us Are Dead. She was the main lead there. Cho Yi-hyun.
Nice.
I don't know who that is.
I've seen her in like side
Schools.
roles. And
You've
like,
seen her?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She
Probably.
played the heroine in School 2021, which I dropped after one episode. But she was also one of the, that brother and sister intern pair in Hospital Playlist.
Yeah,
The really
yeah.
cute.
The
ones.
twins.
The twins. Yeah. She was one of the twins.
Okay, next up is the award for the sequel that lived up to its previous season or seasons. Runaway winner is DP Season 2. I just started watching DP Season 1.
I don't know.
Literally.
I have no idea how to solve that.
Did you watch DP Season 2?
I watched season 1, not 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about DP Season 1 last year. I think it was last year.
Yeah,
it was amazing. I did not get a chance to watch Season 2. I also knew it would be heavy, so I like waited. Because even though it's short, I knew it would be heavy. But I'm like not surprised at all that this won, because DP Season 1 was so incredibly good.
I'm actually really happy that the votes say that this lived up to the first season, because the first season felt so self-contained. I wasn't very sure it needed a season 2. And when it did come out, there wasn't a lot of buzz around it, so I wasn't really sure if it had lived up to it. But our listeners think that it had, so now I can trust it enough to actually start watching it. I do want to mention the second runner-up because the numbers are really close, and it's Alchemy of Souls, Light and Shadow. And I will not comment because I have decided not to be an ass about this.
We are respecting the listeners' votes here.
Yes. No, but you know what? I will give you, like, as a standalone, if Light and Shadow had not been a follow-up to the first part, if it had just been a standalone drama, I promise you I would have been with you. I would have loved this drama as it is if this had been the entire story. If these two characters had met and fallen in love, that would have been fine. It's just that Naksu in the first part was not, and I'm not talking about the actor, I'm just talking about the character. Naksu in the first part was not in any way, shape, or form Naksu in part 2. So he basically fell in love with a totally different person in part 2, which I didn't. I did not sign up for that. I wanted him to fall in love with the same person, but you switched out the character completely. I am not convinced that the outer shell being pretty is enough. For me, it wasn't. I said I'm not going to be an ass about this. God damn it, guys. Shut me up.
I mean, I'm being an
I
ass.
think they're both entertaining.
Okay. The next one is the Sight for Sore Eyes Award. So an actor that we really missed seeing in Dramaland. And the winner of this one was Han Hyo-joo in Moving, which I absolutely agree with.
Indisputable.
Yes,
Yeah.
by a large margin.
Completely.
And the runners-up were in second place Park Bo-young in Daily Dose of Sunshine, who I have missed, and she was wonderful in this. And after her was Jun Do-yeon from Crash Course in Romance.
Yay.
I really have missed Park Bo-young so much.
I always miss her.
Yeah, of course. But it's like Doom at Your Service was so great. I mean, she was so great in it. And aside from like the pacing issues and the dialogue issues, which I know was enough to break everybody else's spirit, but I soldiered on. I really love that drama. I loved Park Bo-young in it, but somehow the 2 years in between felt like a long time, like that I haven't seen
It
her.
was
It was a long
Yeah.
time, and I mean, I didn't finish Doom, and I also didn't. I felt unsatisfied by it. Like I didn't feel like I got my fill of her or Songuk for that matter. And so like seeing her in Daily Dose of Sunshine, which like I haven't mentioned, but I wish that I had thought to mention it. But like it was a really good drama. It wasn't like runaway top favorite of the year, but it was just like. If you go to our Twitter, there's a user called at Dahiverse that makes like that she made
really
this
nice
they made this
edits.
really nice edit of this show, and it just like encapsulates the feeling of the show, which like is about a lot of tough stuff in life, but it's also very warm and very beautiful, and it's a lot about how people heal and get over things and love each other and accept that life isn't perfect and you're not perfect and it's all a journey. And it was lovely, and she was really good in it.
It's also really nice to have Park Bo-young not be the expert going into, like, she's the character who's the Watson. She's the straight person. She's the straight man who walks in and starts learning about this new world. And it's so, because on the one hand, they're dumbing down certain concepts, but on the other hand, because she's also discovering certain aspects of her own mental health journey, it's really nice. It was beautifully done, and Park Bo-young was just absolutely perfectly cast.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that Yeonwoo-jin didn't like get a bunch of votes, but like I haven't seen him forever, and he was delightful as this like goofy male lead who is completely smitten by her and is like secretly amazingly competent. You know those like really goofy wacky characters that are like you're a fool, and then like secretly they're just like they just rise to the occasion when they need to, and you're like, oh, that's nice. Handsomeness went up 200%.
He was just completely like unexpected. It was also one of the three different dramas that Jang Dong-yoon
Jang Dong-yoon, yeah.
Jang Dong-yoon was in this year, and he's done a lot. He's currently in this drama called Like Flowers in Sand, which is great. I just started it, really like it. But yeah, he's been in a lot this year. He's been in My Man
Also,
is Cupid.
Did not recognize him for like 3 episodes because he looked so different in this. He also did a great job.
He always does a great job. I'm the Jang Dong-yoon fanboy here.
Yes, you are.
Fangirl.
Yeah. Oh, he was also in Oasis. Wow, he has like 4 credits this year, and in like 3 of them, he's the main lead. And I mean, even in Daily Dose of Sunshine, he's kind of the main lead. But
No, he's a second lead in that.
yeah, but like part of.
But
the
he's
main cast,
he's a
but-
big part of
He's-
the
yeah,
he's
yeah.
in the main cast. Yeah.
And I wonder if part of that is to do with, there was that drama that he was in a couple of years ago that was cancelled, like in the first episode.
Yes, Josh on Exorcist.
Right. So it kind of, I guess,
It's possible that maybe
Yeah.
his other project stalled, or like maybe he was dropped from them. We don't know. This is all speculation. But yeah, it is kind of weird that he has this many dramas in 1 year.
but I think the more that you have to pad between, that disreputable drama versus all your future projects, it sort of, maybe he's working extra hard now just to sort of scrub that from his history,
Yeah, absolutely.
if possible.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm just speculating,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that would make sense for why
Okay.
he's working
Yeah.
so hard right now.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
The next one should really have been Anissa's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
wanna
wrote
do
this
that one,
question.
Lisa?
Sure. All right. Most misleading synopsis. Castaway Diva. That's it. That's the answer. That was your only option. So it was kind of a joke question. But that was where all of my anger went after watching this drama. So, well, I mean,
Yeah.
76 people out of 105 agreed. So I feel like that, we were speaking for the people.
Yeah, listen, every year, not every year, but every so often, we have a year where we have a drama which becomes our personal nemesis. For this year, Anissa chose Castaway Diva.
Yeah, I know yours was Destined with You.
Actually,
Or
no,
actually,
my-
Bora
my-
Deborah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. I didn't. I know I had the option to create an award to especially Desbora Deborah, but I was just so exhausted. Like I did like what a 3-hour podcast episode explaining in detail my very complicated feelings.
Y'all can go back and listen to that rant.
Yeah,
/review.
I don't think I should allow this to like take over my soul anymore.
Did you have a nemesis this year, Saya, in terms of
I don't
dramas?
think so. I just didn't have the I didn't have the tenacity to stick through to something that was that bad beyond, It was hard enough to stick with the ones that I wanted to watch.
Saya is so good-natured and like forgiving. Also, I feel like me and Forum are the ones that are always like coming on here and having these like really impassioned, angry
Oh no,
rants.
that's not true. I just think we might like be impassioned and angry about different things, which is why it seems like I'm relaxed. But like, have you heard me talk about the Issa Young drama?
Oh,
No, but
Hugs
even
marriage
then,
contract.
even that, I feel like your level of anger is just
yeah.
so like refined and restrained.
No, but that's healthy, right?
Yeah. I aspire to that, is what I'm
That's
saying.
interesting. I thought I just
Saya's
completely lost
like,
my mind.
this is fiction. I think it's okay to not completely invest all of my soul in fiction.
Right. Meanwhile, we're like shaking our fists.
That's 100% not true. Fiction is where I lose my mind entirely.
Well, yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're all in that boat.
I think the right way to put it is that Saya will absolutely allow herself to go into fiction and lose her mind, but she'll not allow that messiness to come into her soul, which is, I think, a healthy boundary to have.
I think that you think I'm better than I am.
Really?
Because that's simply not true.
Okay, optimistically, hopefully that is well.
All right, Forma, I think you should introduce this next category because it's your brainchild and I love it.
All right. So, guys, those were our Wild Gogumas, which I know some of the questions were a bit imperfect. We're going to work on that next year. But we also wanted you guys to send us your Wild Gogumas, in which you did. A few caveats before we start reading these out. Number one is that we included dramas that began airing on December 1st, 2022, up till November 30th, 2023. So if those dramas aired in that period and you gave it an award, we are reading those out. Also, we should have made this clear, but we can't read out like multiple awards because then that's like way too many awards to read. So everybody gets one, and we are reading out one of the awards that you gave out if you sent in multiple award categories. Okay, so let us start.
So our first award was sent in by Wu, and this is for the most annoying lead, and they award it to Jeon Do-yeon in Crash Course in Romance.
Ooh, okay. We will not agree or disagree. This is your
This is
award.
not our
and-
space.
Yeah,
We
this is not
will
our space.
Yeah.
remove ourselves from here because this is
Your Wild Goguma.
yeah, exactly.
Yes. The next one is from Andrew, who gave the Everything But the Kitchen Sink / Trope Award to Destined With You. And they said, by the end, I think the goal of the drama was to try and add every trope possible.
I just said we can't agree or disagree, but I so hard agree. The next one is from Ashley. And this is the Perfect Marriage Revenge deserves the Best Hugs Award. I'm going to read out the rest of her comment quickly. I don't know why K-dramas normally do those weird leaving space for Jesus hugs, where one person is just standing there awkwardly with their hands at their sides. But the hugs in this show look like how people really hug. It's a small thing, but it's one of the many ways the drama felt real. That's what makes the premise and all the murder attempts work. After a long day of sparring with her murderous stepmom, Iju can hug her fake / now becoming real husband and recharge for another day of shenanigans.
Yes.
Beautifully defended.
Do you guys know what leaving space for Jesus
Yeah,
is?
of course.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. It's just an American
something
thing.
we
so
say
I-
here.
Yeah, okay.
But
I
it's
just
very
wanted to
funny.
check.
Like every time I hear it, it makes me crack up.
Yeah.
It's very it's like very middle school dance kind of, okay.
The next award is from Sharanya, and it is for the biggest heartbreak drama, going to Heartbeat. I understand
yes.
why this award is
Yeah.
given now.
Yeah. The next one is from Tori. So this was the Best Friendship Award for Moving's Jang Ju-won and Kim Do-shik. Ju-won was played by Yoo Sung-young and Kim Do-shik was played by Jo In-sung.
Yeah, the two dads.
Yeah, the two dads. And Tori says, I love the reunions between Do-shik and his family, but I really wanted to see him back with Ju-won, comparing parenting notes at the end. Ugh, the feelings.
I haven't got here yet because, this drama is too good and I had to stop watching it because it was so good. But I'm very, this is what I've been looking forward to for so long.
Same.
The next award is from Lorna, and it is the Best Romance Among Adults award, which goes to Love to Hate You. I agree. The drama, okay, we're throwing out the not agree, disagree thing for now. We will just either agree or shut up. Okay. And I agree about Love to Hate You because it did feel like, adults having a romance. They had conversations that adults would have. The romance felt like one that adults would have. And yeah, in every way, like in every aspect of the relationship. So yes, good award.
Our next award is from Mary for the best drama in the category of gut-wrenching romantic suspense. And the winner is The Interest of Love. And Mary says, this drama was confusing and strange, and it hurt to watch it a lot of the time, but I could not stop watching it, all caps. I feel you.
Yeah, I feel that.
Although I did not watch it. But I feel it.
Yeah.
Completely.
The next one is from Catherine. It's the Most Iconic Scene Award. And Catherine says, Yura eating the paternity test results in perfect marriage revenge. A+, no notes.
No notes.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to that, Catherine.
Except I want to know if anybody else ever found out because they never make it clear.
Clearly not. She ate them.
Right.
Well,
I guess. That's
except
true.
the father. The actual, yeah.
Okay. After that, we have an award from Snowflower, which is the Pleasant Surprise Award. And that is Unlock the Boss. Now, this is a drama that is definitely on my plan to watch list. And it's getting like that slow growing buzz of more people discovering it and finding that it's actually kind of good. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The next award is from T-Rex, great name, T as in T-E-A, I like it, is for the best office drama going to Race. None of us watched that, right?
I don't think we
none of us
did.
watched
Yeah.
that. We didn't actually hear much about this drama at all. Like, it's on our list of, eligible dramas, but that's all I know about it. Honestly.
I actually did hear about this before it came out, but it looked so much like a straightforward work drama, and I was just like,
You're living
work
that life
5
already.
days a week. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't need to watch this. It looked like it had a good cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't it have, what's her name? Your favorite, Anissa. Or did I make that up?
Let me check because I remember thinking that the cast was cool, but I didn't watch it.
I think I made it up.
It had Ian-hee in it.
Ian-hee,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ian-hee and Hong Jung-hyun.
Oh wow, I haven't seen him for a long time.
Okay, but it's good to know that it was good because none of us watched it.
But maybe we should. That's the take-home message.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is from Kathleen, who gave an award to Lee Sang-yeob for Best Typecast Villain to Romantic Lead in My Lovely Boxer.
That's so
What?
good to hear.
That is so good to
I've
hear.
been
Yeah.
seeing in like some year-end reviews that he was like that he had an amazing arc in that drama and that it really worked. And so now I'm like really interested to watch it.
So this is really nice. This is the reason I love this category so much because you start hearing about dramas that you had completely overlooked. And I'd completely overlooked My Lovely Boxer, which has a cast I like,
Yeah.
but whose premise didn't immediately grab me. And I already watched something close to 60 dramas this year. So if I miss something, I'm sorry, but I need these kind of categories to come up to like point out dramas like Unlock the Boss, Race, and My Lovely Boxer. So yes, I like this.
And it's only a 12 episoder, so it's not a hard watch if you did want to just drop it in.
It's a K-drama 12 episode, which is still like
12 hours.
Does that mean like every episode is an hour and 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Next is Jessie. And the award for Best Who Needs Romance goes to Tale of the Nine-Tailed 1938. She says this as a big fan of romance. Yes, I have watched enough of this drama to completely be in your corner. Seriously, who needs romance? I barely missed Joboa. Like, nobody did. We kind of pretended she existed in the drama. But yeah, they clearly were like, we don't need to pay Joboa for an appearance in this one because it's all about the bromance, and it was great. I liked it. I didn't need like a solid script. The chemistry between the brothers was just enough. It was great.
You're gonna like Lena's one, Parma. The biggest waste of acting
Ah.
talent. Gokdu Season of Deity. And Lena says, I adore Kim Jung-hyun and was so looking forward to this drama. The plot was such a disappointment and a waste of his and the rest of the excellent cast's talent.
I agree.
Parma co-signs. Furiously and with heavy black pen.
I hard go side.
So the next award is from Pallavi, who gave us a few options but didn't choose a winner. So I was thinking we could choose a winner. So the award is the weirdest situation. So I guess weirdest premise. So like the ones that they mentioned were reincarnation for the 20th time, which is see you at my 19th life. Witch's spell of love against your mind, which is destined with you. Turn into a dog with a kiss, which is a good day to be a dog. Survive 15 years on a deserted island. Castaway diva. Not be at rest for 1,500 years and still have no wisdom, which I don't know.
Which one is that?
Is. I have no idea. I'm kind of intrigued, to be honest. But what's our favorite weird situation drama, weird premise?
Turn into a dog with a kiss is still like the winner, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
It's the most
That's the
watchable.
weirdest.
Yeah.
And it's the weirdest.
Most weirdest and the most watchable, yeah. The others, I feel like you might end up sort of like, bursting a blood vessel over. Or 12.
The next award is from Christine, and it is a gateway drama into K-pop-ish. And they gave this award to Min Hyun from My Lovely Liar. And they also added, not sure what the best name for the award is, but regardless of Min Hyun's performance, I was introduced to his musical talents and took more of a peek into K-pop than I had ever before, as someone who is not at all familiar with the world of K-pop.
Christine, we feel you.
Yes, many of us have also taken this journey.
That is a pipeline.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah. Please listen to one of our more K-pop flavored episodes of this podcast where we go into much more detail.
The next award is from DM for the best Chaehyunuk and goes to Twinkling Watermelon.
Facts.
Yay. Absolutely.
He was so good, man. This boy is gonna go places. I hope, like one of those things where I don't want to give him nazar because I just want him to not, just don't have anything, stupid happen around him because, great potential. Hope he does well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carefully wishing him the best possible
Because
in the future.
It makes you superstitious, the stuff that's been going around, with actors in the last couple of years. And it's really stupid stuff that's been going around. So that just makes you disappointed and fearful. Yeah. Okay.
The next award is from Radhika, who said, okay, so the name of the award is the Am I the Only One Who's Blind or Is the World Collectively Hallucinating Award to King the Land, which everyone was obsessed with, sans me. Okay.
I know, Radhika, you have a lot of people who agree with you. Please reference above our poll on, most hated drama of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, like I said, I understand.
But this was definitely one of those dramas that people loved and people hated this year.
Yeah, that's very true. The next one is from Shiawase. And the award is the most ridiculous workplace romance. Good day to be a dog. Listen,
It's a workplace romance, isn't it?
You don't even have to.
You wouldn't have guessed it.
I mean, yes. But also, it's not even the human turning to dog with a kiss and back with a kiss premise. It's what the drama itself references. What high school has this many good-looking teachers? That is just
completely ridiculous.
Yeah. So completely justified.
Also, all of the work stuff is so weird. All of the things that they have to do at work and the way that the teachers interact with each other, you're like, this is so strange. Anyway,
It's like a K-drama practically.
it's practically K-drama, you would think.
Yeah.
Our next award is from EGATS. Hi, EGATS! And her award is the most head-scratching, maybe even creepiest childhood romantic connection. And she gives it to See You in My 19th Life. And she says, it made no sense, and maybe they explained it after I dropped it, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of get where they're coming from. Because of the way the drama showed the childhood connection, they made it weird. It wasn't weird in the webtoon, guys. If it's any, like, if you're at all inclined to go and read the webtoon, but okay.
Next one is from Essay, who gave the award to Bora Deborah for the drama with the most unlikable characters. All of them. All of them are unlikable. Essay is clearly in your camp, Forma.
Yeah. I mean, I love Yoina, and she almost saved Bora, but she was no match for the writers. I don't know, dislike for her own characters.
I also appreciate that Essay made like a two meaning award. So it's like the drama with the most unlikable characters, but also the most unlikable characters, which I feel like applies both.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch the
Well
drama, but
done.
that's the sense I'm getting.
Quantity and quality.
So, yeah, we love a double meaning around here. So A+.
Afrin has the next award, which they're calling Sleeping on the Highway Award, which goes to A Time Called You for ruining the most precious moments and being too flashy and romance-centered when they could have just improvised the script a little bit and the acting. I mean, yes, we did a whole episode called Please Go Watch the Original instead of A Time Called You.
Yeah. Original, which is Someday or One Day.
Yeah.
The next award is given by Robin. It's called the Do-Over Award, which means that in the actor's 2023 drama, bittersweet scenes from their previous drama were reworked to sweet versions, and they give this award to King the Land. So many King the Land scenes seem to be happy ending reworkings of iconic Lee Jin-ho red sleeve scenes.
Interesting.
I like that.
Interesting award. I do wish that included an example of a scene because I can't think of in my head, the red sleeve and King the Land are so different. I can't even think of comparative scenes.
Robin, email us.
Yeah, Robin, we want to
Aside
hear
from-
details.
Like, aside from, because I can't think of specific scenes, but because again, because you know that this award is intriguing. One, consensual kiss. There are comparative scenes. King the Sleeve has one that is
King the
definitely
Sleeve.
You
King the
just
Sleeve.
smashed them
Sorry.
into one drama.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Red Sleeve definitely has one where, you know, the man's desire is emphasized and the story is fully in the woman's corner, but it's showing how a man who thinks he has waited enough feels entitled. Whereas with King the Land, you had the same actor playing a vastly different character who always puts the woman's consent and is absolutely happy to wait until she's comfortable. It's just, I guess there were comparative scenes which could be set side by side and seen as exact opposites. But I do wish you had included an example. I really want to know. Like, yes, email us, Robin. We want to know.
Quinn brings us the next award, which is the Shiny Gem Award, and gives it to Twinkling Watermelon Panchak Panchak.
Very, very well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is for Rachel, and she gives Black Knight the awards for all set design / vibes, no logical story, plot, characterization, or world building. That's a lot of awards for one drama.
And apparently it deserves all of them.
I think it's one award.
It is one award
yeah.
with many
Yeah.
heads, all coming to bite off the Black Knight.
Listen, if you want to give multiple awards, do it like this. Just put them in one sentence.
Yeah, well
With
played,
commas.
Rachel. Yeah, this also makes me feel better for skipping Kim Woo-bin in Black Knight because I did skip and I was like
Yeah.
wondering if I should go back and watch it, but I feel no regrets now.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I think it's one of those dramas that was all flash, no story. Sadly, I was looking forward to it too.
I started watching it because I was hankering for something a bit circlish and it felt like it might be in that realm. but I didn't enjoy the first 15 minutes, which is all I watched. And yeah, I kind of dropped it. But now, yes, Rachel, you make me feel better about it because I at least will not feel that it was an undeserved drop.
Our next award is from Sandy for the most misunderstood drama characters, and this award goes to The Interest of Love.
This is a good one, actually, because I feel like there was a lot of, I mean, if I'm understanding the award correctly, Sandy, there were a lot of viewers who were, I think, expecting something different from this drama or who were looking for something other than what it was and who did not like it for that reason. I feel like there was a camp that were like really on board with where the drama wanted to go, and there was another camp that was like, where's my sweet romance drama with these two actors that I did not want this. So yeah, I'm on board with this award.
The next one is from Arvis. Hey, Arvis!
Hey,
We're
Arvis!
friends. And the award is Most Impressive Acting That Nobody Noticed. And it goes to Johan Chul from Stealer, the Treasure Keeper, which is a drama I did miss out on this year, but it has like a really interesting little story, which... Wait, let me
That was a very patronizing tone.
Sorry.
It's an interesting little story. It's like I handed in my homework and my teacher didn't want to say anything bad about it.
I'm sorry. God,
That's an interesting little drama you have there.
I don't know why I said that. I don't talk like that.
Well, Stealer is a drama I actually did start and I wanted to watch. I think it started in just before Ramadan and that's why I ended up not finishing it. But like it's Juwon's return to Dramaland after a long time. So Johan Chul is this actor who, like, you know him. You even if you don't know his name, when you see him, you know him. He's a face that is always somewhere. And he's always doing very different characters.
And he has that iconic whiny voice that is just like so expressive. Whether he's being a villain or a side character that's on the good side. He is the happy, like the nicest, but also
unless he's a psychopathic murderer.
Hold on. He is the nicest Joshin King in the Matchmakers.
Oh, is he in that?
Oh, does he play the king? Oh, interesting. But he's like, doesn't matter how small the part is, he always outshines pretty much everybody else in the scene with him, which is just, I love him. You know, the first time I ever noticed him was in High School King of Savvy. Where he plays that executive assistant or whatever, like the executive director that's like, this is like the only one that knows So In-guk's playing his older brother at work.
Oh,
and he's just
like
every day about to have a nervous breakdown because he's like, what is happening? This is the worst idea ever. Oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. And it's just like, and I was like, oh, this guy.
He's so good at almost having nervous breakdowns.
Yes, he's so entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
The next award is from Nan for the most drama cliches used in record time, in my honest opinion, in the best, most entertaining ways. And the award goes to My Demon. And Nan says, I'm only 6 episodes in and there's been competing surprise proposals. A best friend / almost brother confession of love, a shower scene complete with male lead abs galore, our heroine trips and needs catching, excessive wrist grabs. There is a reason for that, though. Editor's note. Hero saves heroine, followed by a slow drumbeat of back pats as he soothes her on the landing. An umbrella scene, a kiss, and of course holding hands under the table at the requisite team dinner scene. I'm sure I missed some and equally sure there will be more to come. Just waiting for the piggyback ride. Who's gonna tell them?
which comes in like the
next episode. Spoilers.
Yeah, but I mean, these are all like romance drama tropes that we kind of know are coming. It's just funny that they came in such quick succession, so thick and fast, you know?
And as Nan says, in the most entertaining ways.
That's true.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. The next one is from MB, who gave Bloodhounds the Best Romance Award.
Well deserved. Yes, I agree.
I didn't watch that, but I heard it was very bromancy.
I didn't, but I'm writing it down.
I wasn't sure I was going to keep watching it because it starts pretty dark. But once the bromance is introduced, yes, it's good. The bromance definitely makes the drama worth it.
Nice.
The next award is from Ramsey, and it is the drama featuring the largest BPL to plot ratio. And it goes to King the Land. Yes.
Nice.
I mean, claps. Yes. Very well done.
The next award is from Rose for the drama that suffered the most from network interference, and it goes to My Dearest. Yay! For example, it was supposed to be 30 episodes originally, and it was split into 2 parts: crazy last-minute shooting schedule, last-minute extension, which likely changed the ending, and the inclusion of some crazy 90s tropes, closely followed by Song of the Bandits and A Good Day to Be a Dog. Oh, that sounds exhausting.
Yeah, I agree. I do still think that the drama to suffer the most was A Good Day to Be a Dog, because My Dearest didn't suffer at all in any way whatsoever. The reason for all of those network interference was because of how well My Dearest was doing, and also how overly promoted My Dearest was by the network. They were really invested in making it a success. But I agree, it had an unintentional extension, and the last 5 episodes really showed the exhaustion of the script and everything else. Still a great drama, but I agree. The next award is from Dr. Chi. Hi, Dr. Chi. And it is the best Friends I Want in Real Life category, which goes to the drama Work Later, Drink Now. You know, I haven't watched any of the dramas. I think this is a series, isn't it? Maybe. I haven't watched any of the seasons, but lately I have been hearing good things about the ensemble cast in these dramas, so I will probably check that out at some point.
The next one is from Jane, who gives the Best Kiss in the Rain award to King the Land.
Yes.
Is King the Land sweeping the awards?
In good and bad categories.
I feel like people really loved that romance, like that pairing.
Yeah. I think they had excellent chemistry, honestly. It was one of those romances where just both the leads were just really good to each other, and they were like nice, they communicated a lot, and they had chemistry. It's just weirdly a rare combination.
The next award is from Elaine, and this is an award after my own heart, for the best enjoyment of food, especially bread. And this goes to One Day Off.
Can I also give this award to my cat Boba? He always wants to eat, and he's like strangely in love with bread.
If you can give it to Boba, I'm going to give it to BTS too.
All right. Well, we both gave it to our favorite boys. It's fine.
Ne'er a true word was spoken.
Okay. McClem gave the dreariest year for K-dramas in a while award to 2023.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really argue personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't either.
It wasn't the best year. Yeah.
It's like an exhausting year.
It was really exhausting. A lot of dramas that probably shouldn't have had the most amount of noise around them did, which drowned out smaller efforts which probably should have had more focus on them. And there was just the sheer volume of dramas and just a general weird fuzziness around quality. Agreed.
Yeah.
Sharon gives the next award, and it is the Best Eye Candy Award, which ties Lee Jun-ho from King the Land with, of course, Chowd.
I like the of course in
A
brackets.
Good Day to
there.
Be a Dog. And yes to both boys. I wholeheartedly.
I think the makers of Welcome to Samdalri also agree, because there's a very explicit reference to
I
Chowder's good
know,
looks.
I love
in
that.
I
drama.
love it. I crack up every time.
So funny.
It's so funny.
Ah,
The next award is from Reem for the best brain off binge. Switch your brain off and watch this, and it goes to Twinkling Watermelon. You know, can't argue. I loved it, but you did have to switch your brain off a bit.
I read it a little differently. As in, like, you didn't have to like strain your brain with this one, because like the story just carried you through all on feels.
This is also very accurate.
The next award comes from Gwen, and this award is called Do They Actually Love Each Other, or Is It Just Hypnotism and Stockholm Syndrome, respectively? Awarded to Destined With You after the potion, possibly is the only reason for Rowan to start being nice and legitimately stalking Joboa, who eventually likes him because he won't leave her alone and he's pretty. Nice.
Dude.
Slow clap.
Yeah. Mic drop. What can we even add to that? There's nothing that we can add to that. The award says it
That
all.
drama was exhausting and I haven't even finished it. The next award is from Charlotte, and it is the most horrifyingly disgusting deaths. And it goes to Night Has Come. I wasn't going to pick up this drama, but now I know not even to think about picking up this drama.
And you have a high gore tolerance.
I actually do. I enjoy gore, but I mean, not horrifyingly disgusting. Gore.
Yeah, that doesn't sound appealing anyway.
Though that starts to make me question, why do I find gore appealing at all?
The next award is from Jennifer for the best portrayal of someone playing a musical instrument. And this goes to Chehyunuk in Twinkling Watermelon, where he is the rock star dad we all want.
Completely.
Okay, that sounded really wrong.
It's a rock
I
star.
didn't mean it that way.
We wish that's what. No, shut up.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay.
How about
If I went back to meet my teenage dad, I would want him to be that cool.
Yeah, or that uncool, but like kind of sweet.
Exactly.
The next one comes from Marie, and it goes to Our Blooming Youth for the biggest waste of tension and couple chemistry.
I mean, we have like a split
Yeah.
consensus here.
Like there are the people who just want it to have more like overt romance, and then there are the people like me who just like, oh, the longing.
Yeah, but also me, I just wish there was no couple chemistry. I really just wanted them to be like, I wanted this to be a buddy cop drama.
I just wanted it. Yes, it's true. That's also true. You really didn't need the romance if it was just a
You
really
just
good
wanted them to
mystery.
be investigation partners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please listen to our episode on Our Blooming Youth, the spoiled yak one, because we go like extensively into what we wish the ending was.
Yes.
The next award, I love this. The next award is from Nancy, and it is the Best Eyeliner Award, which goes to Jinwoo from Alchemy of Souls. Yes! Best guy liner of evil.
So good.
Like, the moment you saw his character with eyeliner and eyeshadow that dark, you knew that he was a horrible person.
The next award is from Mazu for Perfect Marriage Revenge, which deserves a Most Healthiest Relationship Award for Sodoguk and Haniju. Yes.
100%.
Completely agree. For all of the reasons we went into before.
Yes.
At
In our
length.
spoiler review.
And in the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, we've just been talking about it constantly. Sorry, y'all. The next award was written by Quincy, who gives perfect first episode that the rest of the drama didn't live up to Castaway Diva. Yes. Hi, Quincy. And also, I 100% agree. That episode was perfect.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was.
That episode was a complete drama in and of itself from the beginning to the end. Like the arc of the kids, and finally, the girl running away from her father. What happens with that? It's an entire story. It feels like somebody else wrote it, and then
Yes.
somebody else came up and was like, "I will write everything from episode 2 onwards." And I wish they hadn't.
That's a really good point. I will say, like, if you somehow missed watching Castaway Diva this year, which I feel like everyone watched it, but if you didn't, just watch episode 1 and assume that that's a movie.
Yeah,
And
actually,
move on with your life. It's actually a really good movie.
cinematographically, it was just
It was
the best.
gorgeous.
It was. There is this one
Yeah.
moment when this girl is sitting in the ship, and the dad she's running away from. I mean, you look up, the camera looks up, and he's just looming over her, and it was beautifully shot. And that moment has just like imprinted itself in my head. And never did we get another moment like that throughout the drama, which is such a disappointment. Okay, the next award is from Han, and they give the second male lead syndrome that may drive me to write fan fiction award to Castaway Diva.
Yeah.
It's Park Hyung-sung's thing now to just like give us a bit of second lead syndrome. And actually it's not so much a second lead syndrome, but like the misleading pairing thing that she does that
drives
she
me nuts.
And did not get his props, yeah.
yeah, but which was really messed up in startup because I mean they yeah anyway that's a whole essay that we have also gone into before. But yes, I agree with this one.
Yeah. This so this was the brother of the male lead, basically, who was played by N, right?
Chahak-yeon, aka Vix's N.
Chahak-yeon, aka Vix's N. Yeah, and he was definitely my favorite character from the beginning to the end. The only character, one of the few characters that was actually like talking sense from episode 1, or I guess episode 2 when he showed up to the end.
The next award is from R, and it is a Sugar Rush Cutest Love Story Award, and it goes to Love Class Season 2, which is like a mini series, like a 6-episoder. I haven't watched this yet, but I will look into it if it's that cute a love story.
And the next award is from Chris for the K-drama moment that told me everything I needed to know about the characters. But there are 2 moments to illustrate this award. Number 1 is the shove at the end of episode 2 in Call It Love. And number 2 is the hoist at the end of episode 3 in Crash Course in Romance. I do not remember these, but I'm going to go and look them up.
The shove? Yes, I agree. That was a great moment. That was like I really like this award because it's like that moment where you like understand what the dynamic is going to be between these 2 people. I don't remember the hoist either. I'm going to have to go back and look at that, but I definitely agree with the shove.
No, hoist. Don't you remember when she runs like completely drunken and she runs towards him in the park?
Absolutely not. Why would I
don't
remember this
actually.
fucking really? I don't remember my own name half the time.
She picks him up and does a twirl. And then they both fall down.
I'm saying but I don't actually remember. I will go and look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch this. It sounds cute, but yeah, again, like Saya, I've completely forgotten.
but like the shove, which one is it? The one where Wooji, she protects him?
So they're sitting outside the convenience store, which is like an iconic convenience store of this drama, by the way. But they're sitting at the table, and he basically like comes and talks to her and says sorry, for firing her unjustly. And they have like this really sharp kind of back and forth where she's basically like laying everything out on the table, and then this guy comes. Like some guy that he did business with, right? Yeah, he's like upset that something didn't go right. It's not really his fault, but he takes it out on the male lead, and he's like comes to like beat him up, and she just like pushes him to the ground.
Right. I remember this one.
In his defense,
yeah, I loved it. It was just so perfect. Yes, absolutely.
It was great.
Really great moments.
The next one comes from Mike. It is the award for the best way to gratuitously kill off high school students, and it goes to Duty After School, which I am not going to watch.
Isn't it?
Wait. What is the award? Sorry.
The award is the best way to gratuitously kill off high school students.
Yes. Listen, I watched parts of this drama and I couldn't watch the entire thing. I just was not in the mental space, but I know what you mean. And yes. Mike, yes. The final award that we have for you is from Kathy, who gives the worst diss for second male lead award to Dr. Cha. And I'm pretty sure she's talking about Roy Kim, who was played by...
Justice for Dr. Roy.
Who was played by actor Min Woo Hyuk. And he was just unjustly, sidelined. It was odd. And it's, because I was fine with him not ending up being OTP, but you can't even stay friends. What does that mean? Why?
Yeah. Also, like, he was the best, well, not the best, but he was one of her, like, main supports throughout the entire drama. And at the end, it's just like, oh, well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Yeah. No, I agree, Kathy. Pretty sad. Pretty disappointing.
You know what's not disappointing? That we got so many cool responses to this, and it's so creative and so interesting, and it's expanded our watch lists by way too many dramas. And thank you so much for your participation. This is what makes it exciting.
Yeah. And if you put in multiple entries, like couldn't read all of them, but we enjoyed them, we laughed, we empathized, we enjoyed all
We
of them.
rented.
Yes.
What's the verb for pea shooting? We pea shot? Shot peas? I don't know.
I don't
No
know what
idea.
that means.
We enjoyed the pea shooting. You know, when you put a pea in a straw, you like, it's
Oh.
just basically like taking little shots.
Oh. Okay.
Just in a petty
Are
way.
you thinking of
Yeah,
pot
but
shots?
like-
No. Do you guys not say pea
I know.
shooting?
We don't say it, but I know exactly what it is. Like
Uh.
we do the thing, but it's not used as a.
I haven't
as
heard
a-
that used as an expression
expression,
before.
Oh, interesting. Well, I guess I've discovered a new Britishism.
Oh man, I feel sorry for whoever's editing this episode.
It's me.
That's it.
Oh, sorry, Khadija.
Okay.
So now for the most exciting part of this episode, we want to recognize our amazing and beloved patrons for supporting us all this last year, and some of you for many years before that.
Yeah.
So if you are a patron, whether you've been with us for a short time or a long time, we absolutely love and appreciate you, and we couldn't make this without you. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been a little better this year, I think, about like having extras on Patreon, which like in previous years was a lot more aspirational and like sort of, you know, all
It
over
was
the place, but we've been-
non-existent.
It was non-existent. Yeah. Aspirational is a kind word for it. But this year we've been putting on Lone Yaks, which are like individual like mini podcast episodes, trying to do it every month. Not always. We had like excerpts and outtakes. So if you are interested in those, please join us there. And there's a new fun thing that Patreon has just started where you can like have a group chat. It only works on the app, unfortunately. But Borma started a really fun what we've been watching group chat where people are just talking about like what they're watching, what they're liking. I've definitely picked up a couple of dramas because of that. So like thanks to the people who've been participating. That's been really fun.
Yeah, I ended up starting both your Parks marriage, that one, as well as I think it was Ramsey who was talking about the matchmakers, about
The
how
matchmakers,
how
right?
underappreciated
Yeah.
it was. That's what got me started on that drama, and I really appreciate that because I really enjoyed that drama. I still have the final episode left. I've been acting like it's completely done. I don't know what happens in the last episode, but I hope it sticks a landing. Yeah, so it's
Hopefully
been
not a
fun.
heartbeat situation.
I trust no dramas now.
Right. We've been burned too many times before.
Okay, so we want to acknowledge how long you guys have been with us, and if you've joined us in 2023, thank you so much for coming on board. We hope you use all of the features in Patreon, but also just like talk to us, tell us the dramas you're watching. And we will keep trying to be consistent-ish when it comes to the Lone Yaks and all of the other special episodes we make for Patreon. Shall we start the roll call?
So, in order of who's been with us the longest, thank you, Egads.
Thank you, Steven.
Thank you, Leah.
Thank you, Sasha 10.
Thank you, Humble Daisy.
Thank you, Eunice.
Thank you, Jojo.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Mindy.
Thank you, Edith.
Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you, Una Tuna.
Thank you, Dr. Chi.
Thank you, Anya.
Thank you, GK.
Thank you, Lynette.
Thank you, Helena.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Sarah. Or Sarah. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't know how you pronounce it. Thank you, Easel.
Thank you, Francis.
Thank you, David F.
Thank you, Eugen Young.
Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, O'Lakes.
Thank you, Fungi Lee.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you, Safa.
Thank you, Mel G.
Thank you, Frederica.
Thank you, Dee Nguyen.
Thank you, Abel.
Thank you, Ingat Kayo.
Thank you, Kitty.
Thank you, Arlene.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you, Where's Wallace.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you, Tsetsa.
Thank you, Jen K.
Thank you, A. Hopkins.
Thank you, Kira.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you, T.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Yanni or Jenny. I'm not sure.
I said
Please
Johnny.
tell me.
Thank you, Lorna.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Spenny. If I pronounce that wrong, please tell me how to pronounce it.
Thank you, Nan.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, Sunita.
Thank you, Maya.
Thank you, Reem.
Thank you, Mango Season. I love Mango Season.
That's delicious. Yeah. Thank you, Ramsey.
Thank you, Happy on the Inside.
And finally, thank you, K-Fangirl.
Yay!
We're all having a little fangirl moment right now.
Uh-huh.
And thank you to the anonymous patrons who didn't wish to be named.
Yes.
All of you are very special to us.
Uh-huh. We see you and we love you all.
Thank you for being a part of our Patreon community.
Yeah.
Yes. And just being part of our really engaged listener community. A lot of you are, participated in the voting, send us amazing emails, leave us wonderful comments. The most fun part of Patreon, honestly, is just like having conversations with all of you. And it's like been really fun to do that this year. I feel like we've gotten a lot more engagement and we've been really happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who like can't afford to support us on Patreon, like that's totally fine and no pressure, and like listening and sharing and like reviewing the podcast is just as valuable if that's what you're able to do. And we appreciate all of our listeners. We appreciate this community. I know we say it every year and it feels like we're saying the same thing, but like it continues to be true, and we love you and we love making this for you. So.
And it's a privilege that, like, whether we know it or not, that you've chosen to share your time with us. That's a real privilege that we do not take lightly. So thank you.
A lot of time, many hours, because I know our episodes can be really long sometimes. And it's really nice that y'all are with us on that long journey.
And that we can be with you. I think that's also important to say, because not everybody is here to talk to other people. You don't always want that. Sometimes you just want someone to share your time quietly while you do your own thing and live your own life. And, that makes a lot of difference. Like, I know the podcasts that I listen to, I never talk to them, but they're very important to me.
Yeah. I like that I am, even if it's passively, I like that I'm a part of their conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have, some of you have reached out to us at different points, even this year, and told us that you really liked being a part of our conversation. And that, like you said, is a privilege. It's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah. And even more of an honor is when we get messages from y'all saying that the podcast helped you through a difficult time, whether that was the pandemic or some period of grief or, a difficult trip. We're definitely good for long trips on car rides.
The longer the better.
Yeah. So, I mean, that really means a lot because, I know for me, like K-drama was what got me through a lot of difficult stuff. And like, if I hadn't started watching K-dramas, I never would have made this podcast. And so to know that the thing that I started making because of that is now serving a similar purpose for anyone is like huge and very moving. And I love it.
And I feel like of all of the fandoms that I've been part of in my life, and, to even participating in a new fandom this year, well, in the last year and a half because of, BTS and stuff, K-drama fandom is still like the fandom that is like the gift that keeps on giving. There's something very special about this fandom that is unique to this fandom only.
Yeah. And I think one other thing that I will say is that like 14 years into this, what has somehow turned into like a lifelong obsession, I guess, which I wasn't expecting when I first turned on the first Shop of Coffee Prince episode 1 and was like, what's with
That
these weird
name
vests?
drama.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? One thing that I do appreciate is like every year there are new people finding and falling in love with K-dramas. And for me, I think that revives a little bit of that, or like reminds me of that like first exciting feeling that I had in the beginning. Because otherwise, I think we would become very jaded at this point. We're like, yeah, like same old tropes, same old stuff. Get off my lawn.
That is the danger, isn't it?
I know we sometimes are like, oh, K-dramas aren't what they used to be. But I think like having people come in, there are a lot of people that came in with Crash Landing on You in 2020. And then there's like a new wave of people who have, even like this year, a lot of people have found them. And it's like so cool because like you see that excitement and that like just that thrill of finding this thing that is so magical. And I think it transfers a little bit to us too. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, very beautifully said. So It's been a year. It's
Mhm.
we are embarking on 2024, and you're going to listen to this in 2024. So all that's left is for us to wish you the best in the year to come, and that all of your endeavors go well, that your health is good, that your mental well-being is being nourished
On an
and
upward
nurtured.
trajectory, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the final word is, thank you to you guys for being my friends. I already did my emotional postscript in my last episode, so I'm not doing any more.
Is it again my turn to make both of you cry and run
No,
away?
no. That's
No.
enough. We've had
It's
enough.
it's a yearly tradition.
Let's stop right.
Let's-
I haven't eaten my breakfast or my lunch yet because I woke. Okay, let me just tell everyone before we go. We were meant to start recording today, my time, 2:30. I suddenly opened my eyes at 2:25, shot up in bed, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I had dinner plans.
It's a great start. Well, actually, it's not the start of the year yet. It's New Year's Eve, but
No, hold that thought. I had dinner plans that were supposed to start 2 hours back, and our recording was supposed to wrap up 2.5 hours back. This is nobody's fault. We insanely overestimated how much we are going to record in an hour and a half. It was not much.
It's funny how every year we think we've got a read on our own habits, and every year we somehow underestimate ourselves in the silliest way possible.
Yes, but I think what we did better this year is not try to record the whole thing, all of the episodes in one night, because we have
Yes.
done
Oh
that.
my god.
yeah,
Yeah.
in one sitting. I was before this ended up being like already a 3-hour recording. I was gonna ask you guys to like make one prediction, like one K-drama prediction for 2024 that we can look back on at the end of the year.
Ooh.
But I don't know if this is already too long. But I
No,
thought that
mean,
might
it's
be a
like
fun
the
thing.
final
I
thought. I
need
think
time
that's
to
cool.
think about it.
Should I start?
Go on.
Yeah, do you have something in mind already, Forma?
Yeah. My prediction is almost like hope, prayer.
Yeah,
is
it can be that too. It can be that too.
is that the K-drama economics figures itself out, and networks aren't so desperate to just like sell IP and make money off that. Like they start focusing on good storytelling again, like supporting writers, supporting actors, supporting creativity instead of just let's do the nearest tropey thing that we are sure is going to be a hit and like sell it to overseas streaming giants and get our bag and call it a day. Let's not do that anymore in 2024. So that's my hope.
Yeah, I feel like I got my wish of the last few years, and we had so many marriage dramas this year, so I'm like very satisfied.
This year was your year, Anissa.
It was, and I'm like gonna continue to enjoy them as like 2024 unfolds. The first few months, I'm like, I didn't want to like finish them all in one go, but I think I see like Lee Do-hyun being the romantic lead in like a big drama in 2024. Either it'll be announced or it'll happen.
When does he come
That's-
out from
Is he in the
army?
military?
Yeah, he is.
Never mind. Because he had a big year, but neither of them were like big romantic dramas. So I was thinking, okay, never mind. Just cut that entire thing.
But it was funny.
Okay, fine then. Let's just keep
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know how this is going to age, but I just saw the trailer yesterday of Park Hyung-sik and Park Shin-hye's new drama. Dr. Crush, is it? What is no, not Dr. Crush.
Dr. Slump.
Dr. Slump, because we
Dr.
already
Slump.
did Dr.
Dr.
Crush,
Slump.
and that was
Dr. Crush is her other drama.
Yeah. And I really love the trailer, and I'm really hoping that drama is great. And now we will find out a year later what happens. Because both
Yeah.
of them need a romance win, man. Like Park Hyung-sik needs a really great romance win, and Park Shin-hye just like I need her to come back in a solid drama. Like I had such hopes for Sisyphus.
I wasn't entirely disappointed. It was solid in its own way.
It was solid
It
in its
just-
own way, but I don't
yeah.
want like like a half win. I want like a full win. I want one for her. So yeah.
Here's a prediction that I have, like a real prediction since my other one failed. I think we're going to get a lot of horror dramas in 2024.
Yeah, I agree.
Horror.
Yeah, horror.
Yeah,
I
horror.
agree.
Yeah. Like not just horror elements, but like actual horror stuff.
Yeah, there's an appetite for it.
After how well Revenant did and After School Duty did, like all of the horror dramas, like the well-produced ones, they've all done really well in ratings. So I completely
And they've
agree.
done well like internationally. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of where the investment is going to go for 2024.
I'm not much of a prophet, I must say. I'm not imaginative enough to come up with like predictions, but there are some upcoming dramas that I'm excited about. Of course, Dr. Slump, but also Park Min Young's new drama, Marry My Husband, which is going to start at the end of January, I think. I haven't been excited about a Park Min Young drama for a long time, but this one looks really good. It's like it's a revengey, slightly mellow kind of darkish kind of drama. So I'm excited about that. I just started the new Jang Nara drama, My Happy
Ooh,
Ending,
Yeah.
which is, my God, I watched one episode. It's nuts. It's crazy. I'm very...
I just started
here for
watching
it.
it. I know what you mean.
It's good. It's, yeah. So I'm hoping all of these dramas are great. I want a really good thriller, but also I feel like my appetite for thrillers has like changed a little bit. I just want to watch good shows, and I want to be really satisfied with them. But also, I've got my babies coming back next year. Jin is coming back in June. These are the things I'm looking forward to. I want Jin to make his acting debut because Barma just showed me this clip of a little what was it, like a game promo
Yeah,
that they
not
did?
a game promo. It was like a game insert story.
Insert, right.
Yeah, called Another Story.
And now it's whetted my appetite for Jin to actually do some acting projects, because I always thought he was going to be kind of a not so great actor because he always seemed a bit self-conscious. But now seeing this, come in and star in like Kim Nam-gil Hyung-nim's drama. Just have a little...
Yeah, like I
little
just want
special
him to do
appearance.
guest appearances, like
Yeah.
impactful guest appearances
With
here
your
and
Hyung
there.
names.
Yeah, do them because like he enjoys acting and we absolutely enjoy him on our screen. So you don't have to make like a big debut, just like
A little one.
come on our screen.
Sometimes those small cameos, when they're like perfectly cast and perfectly set up character wise with like a layer of meta, can be like even more satisfying than like
Yeah.
a full on drama appearance.
Agreed.
And it's less work for them.
To recall an old one, do you remember the Isungi Chosungu thing, the refrigerator little special scene from many years ago?
I do.
Something like that. It was so short, but it was so like, this was so
It was
good.
perfect. It was like it
It was
had
so
all the meta and it was
Yeah.
perfectly done. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an iconic one. Do you remember what drama that was in?
I can't right now, I have to say. But they were in, was it, oh gosh, I can't remember. Okay, I don't remember. Let's leave
Never
it.
mind.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
It
okay.
can be
Yeah,
Googled.
yeah. It can be Googled.
All right,
Yeah.
so those are our hopes and predictions. And I think this is a good place to wrap up the episode. Everybody, we wish you an excellent new year. We hope that the tropes in your life and fiction are all amazing.
Yes.
100%.
100%. Thank you both for being the amazing co-hosts that make this drama podcast continue to happen every month.
And she's just
The last 7 years.
start
7.5
making
years.
us cry again.
That's
Anissa's not
nuts.
allowed to talk.
No,
I'm too
But
dehydrated to cry.
I just can't believe we've been doing this for 7.5 years. That's just amazing.
That is way
God.
too long.
Yeah.
Time to retire.
But we could have only done this with each other, so
Yes.
thank you guys.
Talking about epic friendship groups. This is it for me.
We win the award.
Yes.
We
That's
give
my
ourselves the...
That's the trope that I want to give us an award for.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So,
Okay.
where can you find us? Where can people find us?
They can find us on Twitter, which we are still refusing to call by the other name, at Dramas Overflow. And you can find me at Not Now Saya.
You can find me on Twitter at AnisaKhalifa_.
You can find me, Parma, at the Drama Notes. You can also find us on Instagram at dramasoverflowers_, and you can email us at dramasoverflowers@gmail.com.
And our website is dramasoverflowers.net, and you can sign up to our newsletter. Just click on the link in the description or go to dramasoverflowers.substack.com. Good.
We love you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Sorry. Bye.
Oh, the first one was good. I liked it. It was funny.
It's like this ghostly thin. That's your like
Morning
bringing
model.
your prediction to life. The horror is arriving already.
Okay, wait. Say
Oh, yeah.
bye a normal way, because the second time you were laughing too much.
Sorry. Bye.
No, that just sounds angry.
Bye.
I can't.
No, she's.
Bye. Bye.
That sounds uncertain.
Okay, let's choose one of these. Okay, bye.
By the end, the music is drowning it out.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's fine.
so
The last one was fine. It's fine. There's something in there we can use.
We can like this whole thing can be an outtake.
Yeah, no. Keep the entire thing. I love this. This is exactly how an episode should end.
This is the chaos we're here for.
The next category is most iconic heroine, and the one to win there is the star of The Glory. What's her name?
Song
Song
Hye.
Hye-kyo.
Wait, I can't forget her name. Let me say that part. The heroine of The Glory, Song Hye-kyo.